Taking home a gold, silver or bronze at the Olympics means that an athlete has triumphed among the world's best competitors. However, though it isn't nearly as well known as the other three, there is the fourth medal known as the Pierre de Coubertin Medal, which is a special medal awarded by the International Olympic Committee to those athletes, former athletes, sports promoters, sporting officials and others who exemplified the spirit of sportsmanship in Olympic events or through exceptional service to the Olympic movement. Now, two of the most notable recipients of the Coubertin Award that epitomized and exemplified the spirit of sportsmanship in Olympics were the Italian Eugenio Monti and the Canadian sailor Laurence Lemieux. Now, just before the race at the 1964 Innsbruck Olympics, Italian bobsledder Eugenio Monti found out that his British rivals, a team of Tony Nash and Robin Dixon, broke one of the bolts that held their sled together and were missing a crucial bolt on the bobsled. Now he offered them the bolt from his own sled, and the British team went on to take the gold while Monti won the bronze. Now 24 years later, on the morning of September 24, 1988, there were multiple races in the sailing competition, including the Olympic fin class competition, with participants spread out over a 2-mile circle. Now the Canadian sailor Laurence Lemieux was on the track to win the silver medal when, as he passed the southernmost marker to head north, a capsized vessel of the Singapore team came into view with only one of them among the 2-member crew inside. Now Lemieux spotted the upturned boat. One man had made it onto the hull, but the other was drifting helplessly. Lemieux dropped out of the race and rescued an exhausted Joseph Chen, who had sustained a back injury but was otherwise unharmed. Now, after getting the 2 men out of the water and waiting to make sure that the patrol boat could take them both to shore, Lemieux then rejoined the race but finished 22nd place. Later, he said he could have easily won the gold, but he was given a choice: either save 2 sailors or finish the race. Both the Olympians showed sportsmanship, sacrifice, empathy and humanity far beyond what any medal could do. Friends, many of us have it in us to be like Eugenio Monti and Laurence Lemieux, reaching out our hands of generosity to a colleague or a competitor or a stranger in the park. Now, extensive research from various studies have indicated that cooperation at the cost of personal gain is instinctive to our human nature, and that our gut response is to actually cooperate. Now, scientists say that kindness is also the key to how we evolved and survived as species. Kindness is fundamental to the human existence. Humans are the only mammals with a prolonged gestation period. Other creatures rely on support for a very brief time before they become self-reliant. So we are powerless at birth and depend on our caregivers to provide for our needs. Therefore, kindness is sewn into the framework of our DNA. We are literally wired for kindness. Unfortunately, a quick scan on the daily newspapers quickly reveals numerous unkind, selfish and heinous actions. We now live in a world of unquenchable greed and selfishness, and we see it all around us. In an evolved human society, people love people and use things, but unfortunately today, all that we see around is people love things and they use people. We are witnessing a very discouraging reality. People are becoming more and more self-centered. We are gradually losing the sense of oneness. People appear to strive for their own benefits. The mindset is undoubtedly devastating in the long run. We must not forget the fact that our prosperity lies in the prosperity of our collective progress rather than individual achievement. The pursuit of achievement distracts from the deeply ordinary activities and relationships that make life meaningful. Humans are potentially one of the cruelest and the nastiest species that have ever walked on the planet. We are quite capable of deliberately trying to create and be indifferent to the suffering of others. Friends, Do you agree there are problems in the world today? Yes, there are. Lots of people are trying to elevate the symptoms, but what causes the symptoms? As Oswald Smith said, the heart of the human problem is the problem of the human heart. That's what is at the heart of everything that is wrong in the world today. It's out of the human heart that comes the seeds that destroy, that pollutes relationships, marriages, families, communities, and even countries. Friends, if lack of empathy and compassion is the core problem, then logically cultivating empathy and compassion is the solution. Compassion is as vital to life as the air we breathe. For in the absence of compassion, how many benevolent, selfless and heroic deeds would have happened throughout history? Imagine a world without Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, and so many countless individuals who risked their own lives to save others during Holocaust, during war times, riots, famines, floods, etc. It's unthinkable. Compassion really is an antidote to the world's problems. Empathy and compassion are secret ingredients that makes cooperation and civilization possible in a world that has more humans but less humanness. Compassion is not a gift we give to the world. It is a means for us to give our own life's context and meaning. The key to compassion is action. Now, without action, there is no compassion. There is only thinking and feeling, which amounts to thoughts and prayers. As Dalai Lama rightly puts it, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Friends, activating compassion in your life is the key to healing not only those around you, but your inner self as well. This is really the only medicine that the world needs.